I've tried to film this quite a few times, but this is the take that I'm going to roll with. Pollyanna is the 8th child out of 10 children. I am number 1 and she is number 8. And she was born 4 years ago and surprised us all by having Down syndrome. We didn't know anything about her having Down syndrome while she was in utero. We found out when she was born, and that rocked my world. And at first I was so scared, and I had so many unfounded fears about the situation. I just didn't know anything about people with Down syndrome. But as she grew and as I began to see what a blessing people with Down syndrome are, how just full of life and happiness and sweetness they are, I began to realize that her being different from the rest of our family and from a good majority of the world was a gift. It was something special. It was something wonderful. And so as she's gotten bigger and bigger, it's really been a joy to be a part of her life and to allow her to change me, rather. And man, she's a miracle. She just touches absolutely everybody she comes into contact with. So we love to support people with Down syndrome. So I have some videos that I made for us doing the buddy walk, and I made special soaps called Poly Bars that we gave to the nurses that helped her whenever she had her heart surgery, and also to sell to raise money for Down syndrome in the past. On January 2nd of 2018, Pollyanna got sick. And we figured it was just a regular childhood illness, that it was probably a cold, you know, maybe a little upper respiratory infection, that sort of thing. But she got steadily worse. And so on the 8th of January, my parents took her to Medical City, Dallas, the little children's wing over there, and she was diagnosed with pneumonia. After some routine blood work checks, my parents sat down with an oncologist, and he told them that he was 90% sure that Pollyanna has leukemia, which, for those who don't know, is a form of cancer. The next day they did some bone marrow tests, and the diagnosis was confirmed, and she does indeed have leukemia. Like most families of cancer patients, this is very sudden. We definitely did not have any forewarning that this might even be a possibility, and most of us are still processing it, I would say. It definitely feels like grieving. There's many different stages of grieving. There's like denial, and then there's anger, and then there's acceptance, and there's some sadness in there. I'm not really sure what order those go in, but I feel like I am still definitely in the denial stage of this whole thing. We were told that it will take 2.5 years for her treatment, and that's a lot to kind of be smacked with, especially at the beginning of a year that always feels like a fresh start, and like, oh boy, here we go, the first year, and then this kind of news comes in, and it definitely sort of shifts your perspective on what the rest of your year is going to look like. So how does this affect you guys? How does this affect Royalty Soaps? Now obviously I am not 100% myself right now. You guys will probably be able to tell that by the video. I'm normally a very positive and upbeat person, and I am still doing my best to maintain a really cheery disposition through this thing, but it might be a little more difficult for me on certain days to film. It might also be that I cannot upload as frequently as I have been. More recently, I've tried to upload twice a week. It could be that I have to cut back to once a week because, as many of you know, family comes first for me, and there's going to be a lot of hospital visits. But this also means that I get to make more poly bars now. So we're going to be making a low top version of the poly bar, and I'm going to be selling that at royaltysoaps.com for the next probably 2.5 years to raise funds for Polly's medical bills and for her prescription drugs that she's going to be needing, and a whole slew of other things that we need to get funding for. Which leads to kind of my third thing that I wanted to tell you, is that we have a funding page, and if you feel so inclined to give to my family and to give towards Pollyanna's medical bills and expenses and small luxuries that will make essentially her having to stay indoors in a very, very, very clean environment for a very long time, to make that more comfortable for her, then you can go over there. If you don't feel so inclined, that's completely fine, but I know you guys, I know how generous you are. I know that your hearts are just so soft and so loving towards my family and I cannot thank you enough for that. And in the past, whenever we've done fundraising for certain things, I've gotten tons of emails, people didn't know where to go. So I decided to go ahead, just make a page right now. If you want to give, that's the place to do it. It's really, really easy to share that campaign as well. And hey, sharing on social media is 100% free. And also just keeping us in your thoughts, your prayers, sending us good vibes. I totally appreciate that. That is major support for my family and I, and we really, really appreciate each and every one of you. I have learned so much as a person from Pollyanna. She has caused me and other members of my family, all the members of my family, to be grown and pushed in ways we didn't even know we needed it. And I cannot imagine a world without her. I just needed to let you guys know what was going on with me, what was going on in my life. That way you know what to expect in the coming months. That way you know how I'm kind of doing and that I'm processing some things. And again, I'm gonna continue to try to stay positive. My whole family and I all agree that this is a time for us to grow, for us to get stronger as a family unit and stronger as individuals. We're not gonna let cancer break us. We're gonna rise up and break cancer. Thanks so much for watching to the very end of this video. I know it is not the normal thing that I upload. On Saturday, we'll come back with some more soap making, with some more fun videos, and then hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will make a special video for Pollyanna and the poly bars that we're going to be making. And those are gonna be really fun. They're always really, really cute and fun to make. I love you all so much. You guys are a huge, huge part of my life, and I cannot thank you enough for your support in the past and the support that you guys are giving me in the future. It means the world to me. I hope you all have a royal day, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.